Our next speaker is Senator Jessica De La Cruz from Burrillville, Gloucester, and North Smithfield. Jessica?
Thank you for having me. Pastor Cabral, thank you for hosting church leaders, business leaders, and concerned citizens. First, let me recognize that this crisis has drastically changed our state. It has been a hardship on many, for businesses, churches, but also for first-line workers like first responders, healthcare workers, and of course, for families of those who were taken as a result of this virus. Members of the General Assembly were elected to represent the people. Yet, with the exception of a few committee hearings, Rhode Islanders have not had their voice heard at the General Assembly for 70 days. 30 days of emergency power has turned into a nearly 3-month extension with no foreseeable end. Here is what hasn't changed. Our Constitution hasn't changed. Our Bill of Rights have not changed. The rents, bills, and needs of Rhode Islanders have not changed. Another thing that hasn't changed is our right to show up in person at the ballot box. If we can stand safely in line at Lowe's and Walmart, we can safely stand in line to vote. And those who cannot have the option to cast a mail ballot. I've heard from many Rhode Islanders, and they feel as though their Constitution is being subverted. They are being denied their opportunity to earn a living. And not only are we crippling the state's economy, but religious leaders and citizens also believe that their freedom to gather and worship is being restricted. When the stay-at-home order was implemented, the goal was to flatten the curve. It was to ensure we had enough PPE, hospital beds, and ventilators. And we've met every benchmark. Yet, the goalposts keep moving. We have done our due diligence to protect health. Now, we must protect the health of the economy and the mental health of people suffering. While there's hope and signs that the mortality rate in Rhode Island has been stabilizing, the mortality rate of small businesses and jobs rises by the day. It's time that the legislature reconvene to do its job and to deliberate the merits and dangers of opening up the state. To tackle the budget, to ensure municipal legislation isn't neglected. And now we are facing a nearly $1 billion deficit. The road to recovery will be a dead end if the reopening continues to stall. Other states have found ways to safely and effectively meet, and it's time for my colleagues and myself to do what we told our constituents we would do. Advocate for them at the State House, and to be a check on the executive branch. And in closing, I'd like to thank the community and the church leaders for being here today and for inviting me to speak. I know that many of you by nature are private, but you were desperate to have your story heard today. And today, I hope that our leaders heard your story and they consider your hardships and the many other hardships of Rhode Islanders as we get our state back on the right track. Thank you.